The Republic of Ireland occupies most of the island of Ireland, off the coast of England and Wales. Geopolitically, Ireland is divided between the Republic of Ireland, which covers 5/6 of the island, and Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. The population is around 5 million and the capital city is Dublin. Founded in 841 AD, Dublin is a treasure trove that caters to all travelers' desires. Most people's first visit to Ireland will undoubtedly be to the Irish capital, Dublin. Ireland is known as Emerald Isle for its lush greenery, rolling hills and its passion for the color green. The geography of Ireland comprises relatively low-lying mountains surrounding a central plain, with several navigable rivers extending inland. Its lush vegetation is a product of its mild but changeable climate which is free of extremes in temperature. The Irish climate is influenced by the Atlantic Ocean and thus very moderate, and winters are milder than expected for such a northerly area, although summers are cooler than those in continental Europe. Rainfall and cloud cover are abundant. Dublin is a UNESCO City of Literature, a historic powerhouse and a super cool capital that's been named Europe's friendliest city twice by TripAdvisor. St. Patrick's Day is a cultural and religious celebration held on 17th of March, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. The day commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland, and celebrates the heritage and culture of the Irish in general. Celebrations generally involve public parades and festivals, sealess, and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. There are also formal gatherings such as banquets and dances, although these were more common in the past. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in more countries than any other national festival, mainly because of high levels of Irish immigration over the past few centuries. Many attend parades, some attend church services, but mostly people just have a good time. Experience beautiful wide open spaces. Journey along epic trails, hike to mountain peaks and discover the stunning landscapes of Ireland. Breathtaking rugged coasts and endless sea views are some of the best things about Ireland. Head to the coast, explore deserted beaches, lighthouses and islands as you cozy up in a seaside hideaway. Halloween as we know it today actually originates from the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when the people would light bonfires and wear scary costumes to ward off unwelcome spirits. Samhain is an old Gaelic word that translates to darker half, thus marking the beginning of winter. Guinness is an Irish dry stout that originated in the brewery of Arthur Guinness at St. James's Gate, Dublin, in 1759. The Guinness Storehouse is a tourist attraction. Since opening in 2000, it has received over 20 million visitors. The interesting fact is that Irish names have meaning. You probably know a few people with names that begin with Mac and O. Well, these have meanings. Mac means son of and O means grandson of. An interesting fact is that more Irish live outside of Ireland than in. The population of Ireland currently sits at around 4.9 million people, which is still almost 4 million less than the population before the Great Irish Famine of 1845 to 1852. However, it has been reported that almost 80 million people around the world have Irish passports. Up to half the entire population of Australia claim Irish ancestry, while just over 39 million Americans believe they are part Irish. One more interesting fact is that being drunk in public is an offense. You could reasonably be presumed to be a danger to yourself or to anyone around you. The only day of the year when this law is slightly bent is on St. Patrick's Day, when there simply aren't enough police officers to monitor the 1 million plus tourists on the streets of Dublin. Dublin, a city that's as intimate as a village and as friendly as an Irish pub. Framed by mountains, centered on a river and edged by a beautiful bay, the city's streets and alleys are filled with vibrant art and historic buildings, hip cafes and traditional old man pubs, as Dubliners call them. Walk the streets and you'll feel the energy of over 1,000 years of history, as echoes of the Vikings mix with buzzing boutiques, cobbled streets reverberate with the sounds of buskers, and 18th-century parks play host to festivals, film and food markets. Ireland is one of the most religious nations in the Western world. 4 out of every 5 people in the Emerald Isles identify as Christian. About 34% of Irish citizens attend church regularly. It's compact, easy to navigate, and there's always someone to ask if you need help or directions. That's why traveling around the island is such a pleasure. High-speed motorways are great for getting you from A to B quickly. But you can't beat the charm of Ireland's country roads. The trick is to slow down and just enjoy the ride. The Irish have an incredible imagination. Myths and legends have been part of the Irish culture since the very beginning. This comes from the Celtic mythology mixed with some influence from the Vikings. According to the legends, Ireland is populated with many mythical creatures such as fairies and leprechauns. These legends are a very important part of the Irish culture and are transmitted from generation to generation for thousands of years. Knowing, believing in and inventing stories is something that the Irish cherish, and that's why they developed such an incredible imagination. The official name is Republic of Ireland. People often misuse the word Ireland. Ireland refers to the entire island, which also includes Northern Ireland. However, Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, which is not the case of the Republic of Ireland. It's important to refer to this country as Republic of Ireland. The Irish fought very hard for their independence. In Irish, it is called Poblacht na hÉireann, often nicknamed Éire. Here are some of the fun and interesting facts about Ireland. The Irish tricolour flag was inspired by the French. The flag of Ireland is a green, white, and orange tricolour. The green symbolises the Gaelic tradition of Ireland, the orange represents the followers of William of Orange, and the white signifies the aspirations for peace between the two. There were never any snakes in Ireland. The tale of St. Patrick banishing snakes from the Emerald Isle is an age-old legend, but the fact is there have never been any snakes on the island of Ireland. Due to being separated by Britain and the rest of Europe by water, they were never able to make it across, obviously. Wet summers are a real thing in Ireland. They say it's always raining in Ireland, and they ain't kidding, unfortunately. Ireland has one of the wettest climates in Europe. Take the summer of 2007 for example, it rained in Ireland for 40 days straight. Another interesting fact is that Ireland ranks 6th worldwide in consumption of beer per person. As of 2021, the Irish consume on average 98.2 litres of beer per year. The Czech Republic continues to rank number 1. Ireland is the only country in the world to have a musical instrument as its national symbol. The shamrock is recognized around the world as a symbol of Ireland and all things Irish. But the harp is actually the official national symbol of Ireland. It will be seen on Irish passport also. There are more Polish people in Ireland than there are native speakers. According to the most recent census, Polish language speakers outnumber native speakers of the original Irish language Gaelic. The breathtaking Cliffs of Moher can be seen in the movies Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Princess Bride, and The Macintosh Man. Wild Atlantic Way is the longest coastal driving route in the world. The stunning Wild Atlantic Way route stretches all the way from the cliffs around County Donegal, in the far north of Ireland, all the way down to the beaches of County Cork. The 1,552-mile, 2,500 kilometers, route passes through 9 counties and 3 provinces, and is the longest defined coastal driving route in the world. There are an estimated 30,000 castles and ruins scattered around Ireland, many of which are quite picturesque, and some are even open for tourists to stay in. Centuries-old fortifications, restored castles, half-fallen-down towers. You name it, Ireland's got it. To have that many in such a small area are pretty